All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Abhishek Kumar. The headlines. Polling begins for first phase of Lok Sabha elections. Simultaneous Assembly elections being held in Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh and Odisha. Chief Election Commissioner appeals voters to come out in large numbers to exercise their franchise. Gujarat OBC leader Alpesh Thakor quits Congress party. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu set to get fifth term after his main rival Benny Gantz concedes defeat. And in IPL Cricket, Mumbai Indians register 3-wicket win over Kings 11 Punjab. The polling has begun for first phase of 17th Lok Sabha elections. Voting is taking place in 91 parliamentary constituencies spread over 18 states and 2 union territories. The polling started in most of the constituencies at 7 this morning and will conclude at 6 in the evening. However, in left-wing extremism-affected areas and northeastern states, the timings vary. All parliamentary constituencies of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep and Uttarakhand are going to polls in this phase. Besides, voting is also taking place in some seats of Assam, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Jammu and Kashmir, Maharashtra, Manipur, Odisha, Tripura, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal. Simultaneous voting is also taking place for single-phase assembly elections in Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh and for 28 of 147 seats in Odisha. In Uttar Pradesh, polling has begun for 8 parliamentary constituencies. Our correspondent reports that constituencies where polling is going on are Ghaziabad, Gautam Budh Nagar, Bagpat, Saharanpur, Meerut, Muzaffarnagar, Bijnor and Kairana.
Election Commission has made special arrangements for Divyangs and women voters at polling booths. The first time voters are seen more enthusiastic to use their franchise. In first phase election, there are total 96 contestants, including 10 women candidates. 16,635 polling booths have been erected. More than 1 crore 53 lakh voters are registered to use their franchise. MS Yadav, AIR News, Lucknow.
In Bihar, polling is underway in 4 parliamentary constituencies of Gaya, Nawada, Aurangabad and Jamui amidst tight security arrangements. Simultaneously, by-poll to Nawada Assembly constituency is also being held. 2 helicopters have been pressed into the service for air surveillance. In Chhattisgarh, polling began in tribal Bastar constituency amidst heavy security arrangements. Our correspondent reports that in Maoist-affected 4 assembly constituencies of Bastar Lok Sabha seat, Dantewada, Bijapur, Narayanpur and Konta, the polling will be held till 3 in the afternoon and in the rest of the 4 assembly constituencies, it will conclude at 5 p.m.
Polling is progressing in most affected tribal Bastar region in Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh's tribal Bastar Lok Sabha constituency is unique in many ways. It's one of the few constituencies where women voters outnumber men. Out of about 13,78,000 voters who are eligible to cast their vote, about 7,15,000 are females, while male voters are about 6,62,000. More than 1,800 polling stations have been set up in Bastar constituency. Tight security arrangements have been made for conduct of free and fair elections. Alpesh Thakor, AIR News, Raipur.
In Sikkim, polling is taking place for the entire assembly as well as for lone Lok Sabha seat. Our correspondent reports that the polling will end at 5 this evening.
150 candidates including 16 women are contesting for assembly elections. On the other hand, 11 candidates including 1 woman are in the fray for Sikkim Lok Sabha seat. Out of 567 polling stations, 120 have been identified as critical. Over 4,000 jawans of Central Paramilitary Forces and State Armed and Police have been deployed to ensure free and fair polls. 39 polling stations of the state are being manned by all women polling parties and police forces. Kapu polling station is situated at an altitude of 13,400 feet with 288 voters. It is situated near China border. With KK Lal's report from Gangtok, Gulshan Rawat, AIR News, Delhi.
In Odisha, polling has begun for Koraput, Navrangpur, Kalahandi and Berhampur parliamentary seats and 28 assembly constituencies. Polling in highly sensitive area will end at 4 in the afternoon. In Meghalaya, voting for the 2 Lok Sabha constituencies, Shillong and Tura, and the by-poll to the Selfala Assembly constituency began this morning. Over 40 companies of Central Armed Police Forces personnel are deployed across the state. In Manipur, polling is progressing peacefully in Outer Manipur parliamentary constituency. Now we go over live to our correspondent Lakshmi in Hyderabad. Where are you and what is the scene over there?
Abhishek, I am right now at a polling location where 5 polling stations are set up nearby a residential area at Panjagutta. It comes under the Secunderabad constituency and it is located very close to the Chief Minister's camp office in Begumpet. Electors began coming to the polling booths for casting their vote and they are just forming in queues now. Most of them are coming to polling booths along with their voter slips. As you know, these slips were distributed a few days back. Some are carrying the photo identity cards like Aadhaar and driving licenses too. Though it is too early to predict percentages, poll authorities are hoping that the voter turnout in the state capital Hyderabad will surpass that of the last time as they conducted many voter awareness campaigns. Abhishek.
Thank you, Lakshmi. The polling is progressing peacefully for lone parliamentary seat of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. A total of 15 seats, including 9 independents, are in the fray. The country's southernmost polling station is Shastrinagar in the Great Nicobar Island. Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora has appealed to voters to come out in large numbers to cast their votes in today's polling so that the bedrock of democracy becomes even more strengthened and robust. Talking to AIR News, Mr. Arora said the Commission's vision will take a practical shape if each voters, especially the first-time voters, show adequate zeal and faith in the democratic system.
It is a fervent and humble appeal from all of us in the Election Commission that more and more people should come and cast their vote so that the bedrock of the democracy becomes even more strengthened and robust.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called upon people to turn out in record numbers to exercise their franchise. In a tweet, Mr. Modi especially urged young and first-time voters to vote in large numbers. Campaigning for the remaining phases of Lok Sabha polls has gained momentum. Senior leaders of various political parties are addressing multiple rallies across the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address public meetings today in Bhagalpur district of Bihar and Mangal-Doi and Silchar in Assam, while BJP President Amit Shah will campaign in Darjeeling and Uttar Dinajpur in West Bengal in favour of party candidates. BSP Chief Mayawati will hold rally in Thiruvananthapuram. Leaders of other political parties will also campaign for Lok Sabha polls in different parts of the country. Meanwhile, UPA Chairperson Sonia Gandhi will file her nomination papers from Raebareli Lok Sabha seat today and hold a roadshow there. BJP leader and Union Minister Smriti Irani will also file her nomination papers from Amethi seat against Congress President Rahul Gandhi. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter @AIR News Alerts. In a setback to the Congress in Gujarat, other backward class leader Alpesh Thakor has quit the party. 2 Congress legislators from Thakor community, Bayad MLA Dhaval Singh Zala and Bechaji MLA Bharat Thakor have also resigned from the party. We have a report from our correspondent.
Resignation of Alpesh Thakor with 2 other MLAs is a big setback to the Congress party just before Lok Sabha poll. Leader of Thakor Sena, an OBC outfit in the state, Alpesh Thakor had joined the Congress just before the state assembly elections in 2017. It was heard since few months that he is not happy with the Congress party. Yogesh Pandya, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
Finance Ministry has extended last date for filing final sales return for March till April 13. In a notification, the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs said the extension of due date for filing sales return came after businesses complained of some issues in the GSTR-1 form while filling the form. Similarly, the due date for furnishing tax deducted at source return GSTR-7 for March has also been extended till tomorrow. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is set to get a historic 5th term after his main rival Benny Gantz conceded defeat. Nearly all the ballots have been counted from Tuesday's vote. Official final results are expected later in the day. With over 97% of the vote counted, Netanyahu's Likud and the rival Blue and White were deadlocked with a projected 35 seats apiece in the 120-seat parliament. A couple of small parties were still teetering on the electoral threshold and fighting for survival, so the final makeup of the next parliament could still change slightly. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated Mr. Netanyahu for a victory in the polls. In a tweet, Mr. Modi described him as a great friend of India, saying New Delhi is looking forward to continuing to work with him to take the bilateral partnership to new heights. Algeria's new appointed president Abdel Kader Ben Salah has announced that the presidential election will be held on July 4. The poll date was announced following Ben Salah assuming the office for a 90-day period as stipulated by the constitution. The development comes days after resignation of Abdelaziz Bouteflika, who ruled the country for nearly 2 decades. Nepal has sent a team of experts to remeasure the height of Mount Everest. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli bade adieu to 4-member team of the survey department in Kathmandu yesterday. Nepal government aims to measure the exact height of the Mount Everest amid debates that there might have been a change in its height due to various reasons, including the devastating earthquake of 2015. It is for the first time Nepal has sent its own team to conduct a survey of the world's highest mountain. Survey of India had measured the height as 8,848 meters in 1954, and it has been adopted as authentic height by the government of Nepal till date. Astronomers have taken the first ever image of a black hole, which is located in a distant galaxy. The image, which has been captured by a network of 8 telescopes across the world, shows an intensely bright ring of fire surrounding a perfectly circular dark hole. According to some scientists, the black hole is located 500 million trillion kilometers away. In IPL Cricket, Mumbai Indians pulled off a thrilling last ball 3-wicket win over Kings 11 Punjab at Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai last night. The hosts chased down the victory target of 198 runs, powered by stand-in captain Kieron Pollard's sensational 83 off 31 balls. Earlier put into bat, the visitors posted 197 for 4 in 20 overs. Tonight, Rajasthan Royals will take on Chennai Super Kings in Jaipur. The match will start at 8 p.m. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Saira Mujtaba.
Thank you, Abhishek. Commencement of voting for the 17th Lok Sabha and Supreme Court allowing the review petition in the Rafale case today are the stories featuring on the front page across national dailies. World's biggest election kicks off, reads the headline in the Hindustan Times, while the Times of India headline says, the battle begins for India's heart and soul. EC ban on Modi biopic, Namo TV to go off-air, writes the Asian Age about the EC's latest decision on the release of the film PM Narendra Modi. Supreme Court rejects centre's objections to Rafale deal papers, writes the Indian Express, adding, CJI bench allows 3 documents relied upon by petitioners, dismisses government's claim of privilege. SC blow for centre in Rafale case, headlines The Statesman, quoting CJI in the subtext as, we deem it proper to dismiss preliminary objections raised by Union of India questioning maintainability of review pleas. In an exclusive report on the Jaish-e-Mohammed chief's ban issue, the Asian Age writes, China may soon allow Azhar's UN terror tag. British PM's reactions on the 100th anniversary of Jallianwala massacre is noted by the Tribune that says, May stops short of apology for Jallianwala. Home Ministry's reaction in the highway ban in J&K is noticed in the Tribune that says, MHA defends highways ban, protests continue in Kashmir. Reporting on the stranded passengers on a Jet Airways flight, the Hindustan Times writes, jet plane seized in Amsterdam. And finally, do you forget things too often? Brain stimulation might hold the key. To boost memory, tune it like an orchestra, reads a headline in the Times of India that reports of the findings published in the journal Nature Neuroscience. And with that, it's back to you, Abhishek.
Thank you, Saira. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Polling begins for first phase of Lok Sabha elections. Simultaneous Assembly elections being held in Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh and Odisha. Chief Election Commissioner appeals voters to come out in large numbers to exercise their franchise. Gujarat OBC leader Alpesh Thakor quits Congress party. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu set to get 5th term after his main rival Benny Gantz concedes defeat. And in IPL Cricket, Mumbai Indians register 3-wicket win over Kings 11 Punjab. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.nic.in. With that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.